The carriage rattled to a stop on Duskhaven's eerie streets, bathed in the red glow of the blood moon. Shadows loomed as Lucian stepped out, his crimson eyes scanning the ghostly silence. The air carried the mournful wail of a violin, haunting and distant. Duskhaven, cloaked in eternal twilight, awaited its unwelcome visitor. Inside the inn, golden light flickered against wary faces as Lucian entered. All eyes turned toward him, but his focus was on a lone woman, Evelyne, an enigmatic figure in a sea of fear. Her emerald gaze met his, holding secrets as deep as the blood moon. The room fell silent, tension palpable as he approached. The firelight revealed Lucian's sharp, unnatural features as he spoke of the blood moon. Evelyne listened, her guarded expression faltering as he probed her knowledge. "Something led you here," he pressed, his words piercing the silence. Her composure slipped, betraying a hidden connection to the curse. The door flew open, extinguishing candles and filling the inn with icy dread. An old man stumbled in, his eyes wide with terror as he whispered, "It's here." The room erupted into hushed prayers and clutched talismans. Evelyne stood abruptly, her earlier composure replaced with fear. Under the crimson sky, the chapel ruins loomed, skeletal remains of a forgotten past. Evelyne stood by the shattered altar, her face lit by the blood moon's glow. Lucian approached, his shadow long and foreboding, his gaze locked on hers. "What is it you fear?" he asked, breaking the silence. Evelyne's sleeve revealed the scar, its intricate lines forming the blood moon's mark. "This is the curse," she whispered, her voice trembling with defiance. Lucian's gaze sharpened, realization dawning as he recognized the ancient symbol. "You're tied to the prophecy," he murmured, his tone grave. The blood moon's glow deepened, painting the ruins in crimson hues of dread. A chilling howl broke the silence, its echo sending shivers through the air. Evelyne's breath quickened, her fear unmistakable, while Lucian stood tense, his focus unyielding. Something monstrous was stirring in the distance. Through the twisted forest, a shadow loomed, monstrous and grotesque in the blood moon's light. Evelyne clutched her arms, her breaths shallow as fear gripped her. Lucian's eyes burned crimson, fixed on the creature advancing through the mist. The Blood Revenant was coming. The Revenant appeared, its form towering, skeletal, and soaked in blackened blood. Evelyne staggered, terror evident in her wide eyes as the creature's crimson gaze locked onto hers. Lucian stood firm, his presence unyielding before the monstrous entity. The hunt had begun in earnest. Evelyne fled through the forest, her breath ragged as the Revenant closed the gap. Its glowing eyes pierced the mist, unrelenting in their pursuit. Lucian followed, his movements swift and predatory, keeping pace with the beast. The crimson glow above illuminated the deadly chase. Evelyne fell, the Revenant's claws poised to strike as its monstrous growl echoed. Lucian surged forward, his ancient blade cutting through the moonlit air. Steel clashed with bone as sparks of silver light danced in the crimson glow. The Revenant recoiled, snarling with fury. Lucian fought with precision, his blade slicing through the Revenant's unholy form. Behind him, Evelyne rose, her eyes aglow with an emerald brilliance. Ethereal energy rippled from her hands, forming a shield that shimmered in the crimson light. The Revenant faltered, its growl turning to a low, menacing hiss. The Revenant shrieked as the emerald shield pushed it into the mist, snapping branches in its rage. Lucian seized Evelyne's arm, urgency flashing in his crimson eyes. Together they fled through the glowing forest, their breaths heavy against the blood-chilled air. Survival was all that mattered. The hidden doorway appeared, runes glowing faintly beneath moss and vines. Evelyne hesitated, her energy waning as fear shadowed her features. Lucian's crimson eyes burned with resolve as the Revenant's growls echoed. "This is our only way," he said, pushing the door open. The sanctuary glowed with green flames, casting shadows that danced across runed walls. Lucian's eyes scanned the inscriptions, their meaning locked in an ancient tongue. Evelyne leaned against the wall, exhaustion etched into her features. The air was heavy with power and secrets yet untold.